Hello and welcome back to Closed Circuit Sports. I'm Drew Goldman, and this is Daytona. We're back for one of our two remaining races from Daytona Kartweek in the BlueShock X4. It was still a Burrell chassis. It was a Burrell RY32, but it is not the shifter chassis with the front brakes. No sir. Nope, just a nice, thick, heavy chassis. We were stepping off the scales after every session right around 460 in this car. It was a beast. Rightly so, though. It was 34 horsepower of electric torque simply applied to the tarmac through those tires. I know it looks dry, and it does look dry, but everybody, and even the ones at the front, we're all on the, we were all on the wet tires. This is not like earlier in the weekend when things were, when mistakes were made, when things were gotten wrong. If you've been with us for our earlier episodes of our Daytona saga, you might know that we had some issues with going out on the wrong tire compound in both directions. Wet tires on dry track and dry tires on wet track as well. We've had this happen a couple of times now where it was miscommunicated to us where I was supposed to be, where I know what they told me, and now lining up on the track we're doing opposite, so I need to parallel park this thing again. I believe we were starting in 10th. May only be 8th, but we'll look back at it at the end. We get it going. Flag up. Flag down. Green flag racing. No incident on lap 1. Jack Linder in front. I don't think that's Yamori. I can't remember who 315 was. The track was wet. I don't know if I made that abundantly clear earlier. Power on these cars was just awesome. And the grip was pretty good. But rear brake only. Still, just like 206, just like X30, just like K100. Shifter carts are the only ones, and I mean senior shifters, 125cc shifters are the only ones that have front brakes, where they have one brake on each front wheel and one on the rear as well. Every other kind of go-kart that I'm aware of is one rear brake on the rear solid axle. The gap opening up is something that I knew would happen, but I didn't know how to avert. Here come the kids from Light. That was Yamori and Guillermo. Guillermo ended up being the guy that we did most of our dancing with over the course of this weekend. 19. Green helmet. Blue suit. Good guy. Investor in the program. He's from Puerto Rico. And he's racing at the moment with number 7, Yamori Richardson. Correction, Yamori just passed him. Yamori's dad really impressed me as much as the kid did. The kid has talent for sure. Yamori's got talent for sure. Somebody off the track there, he would just scoot past. And now all of a sudden, looking at the back of Guillermo pretty close. But Yamori, good kid, smart kid, very quick, talented. His dad impressed the hell out of me. If the dude wasn't an Army vet, he sure looked like one. I've been learning more and more as I pay more attention to racing, particularly karting, but racing altogether, that the parents are often as impressive as the kids. The kids that they put in these karts are amazing, 100%. But the parents behind those kids are usually pretty heckin' cool. Man, we just cannot get turn in there. It's either it's understeering on us or we're not flicking it in the way we should. We're definitely, obviously not flicking it in the way we should, but having never raced in the rain before this weekend, I think we managed pretty well. To this point in the weekend, we had, what was it? We had one spin to avoid a big contact. We had the pushback did go on that one, only on the left side, but it went still anyway. And then I think we've had 2 spins total, one off track in this situation, and this is like 8 or 9 sessions over the course of the weekend. I think it was 8 because they canceled one. It was supposed to be 9, but there was a little afternoon monsoon that came through. If you're from Florida, you know. If you visited Florida, you know. Afternoon monsoon. So our lap times have made their way down from 50 to 49 to 48.8. And after our little off-track excursion, trying to regather it behind Guillermo Hernandez, I believe it was Hernandez. If incorrect, I will correct myself at the end of the video. Oh, and we go off again, trying to hang on to him. And that was a bigger one, and that was the white flag. I believe that's going to have us starting 10th in the heavy class. Because heavy and light were running at the same time. This was an exhibition division, but it was still goofy. It was like multi-class racing, but it was not multi-class racing. One bigger class, but it still wasn't as big as it could have been. It was only like 14 carts, 15 carts at its fullest, and then people started falling off toward the end of the weekend. So white flag in the pre-final, everything was shortened because of how much rain had impacted the weekend. It was cool to get rain experience. I'm glad that we did get a couple of dry sessions. We definitely did in the qualifying session. That was dry on dry. And the final will be as well, luckily. So having concluded this session, we're going to zip on back to the pits and contemplate. Because, yeah, the gap opened. So we're going to race our own race when it comes to the final. We're going to try and find our groove. We're going to get as much as we can out of our cart. We're going to try and bring it home safe. It's been a great weekend to this point. We met a lot of cool people. Had a lot of cool experiences on track. With hindsight, though, I really wish we were allowed to turn more laps with these awesome karts. Because they were awesome. But we only got like 7 laps at a time. I think at the end of the weekend, I totaled like over 3 days, 60-something laps that I was allowed to turn. Whereas, and this is true, running in 206 light and medium, or running in, yeah. If I guess if I had ran medium and heavy or whatever last year as well, in 206, if you run 2 classes, you end up turning more laps than that in a day. So, the power on these is phenomenal. The torque is phenomenal. But, boy, I would have liked to drive it more, especially with how much battery we were pulling back into the pits with. Because we were coming back into the pits with like 75% battery damn near every session. Here's hoping that in the final we get to burn through some more of that battery.
I was chasing you. Felt it. I didn't touch you. No. Oh, okay. No, felt it. I knew that you were. I got a lot of dirt to clean off now.
See you for the final.